Hello. Welcome to Introduction to Healthcare Delivery Systems, HSA 6103. I'm Dr. Nancy Shahada, and I'll be your professor for this course. So this is the navigation video. In this video, I'll be giving you a tour of this virtual classroom. I'll go over the layout of the course, as well as guide you on how to maneuver through the course. Of course, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to email me. You can send me a course message or even text me to the number found on the syllabus for this course. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and hide myself from the screen, and that way we could focus on the content page we're on in this virtual classroom. So let me go ahead and do that. All right. So now you probably don't see me anymore, and let's get started. I should be on the home page, so let me go back to that page. All right, so this is the home page. This is just a short welcome message that includes a little description of the course. And then here is a link to this video that you're viewing. And then when you click on Get Started, you are taken to the Start Here page. Now in this Start Here page, it includes all the information you need to be successful in this course. That's the first place I am going to go to. So I'm just going to click on Get Started, and here we are. All right, so let me slowly just scroll a little further down. Here's a short welcome message and my contact info, as well as a course description. And then here are the course objectives for this course. Now below that, we have the course syllabus, as well as a weekly course schedule. Now I want to point out that you should always follow the weekly course schedule. It has this course broken down week by week, and it includes the readings that are required, as well as all the assignments and the due dates for those assignments. Below that includes what the required materials for this course. So we have the 7th edition of the Delivering Healthcare in America textbook, and you are also required to have the LearnScape virtual it's compiled of virtual scenarios. It is the LearnScape learning tool. Now, I strongly suggest for you to purchase the textbook with this learning tool bundled through the FAU bookstore. And there's the ICBN number for the bundled package. You could only purchase the bundled package through the FAU bookstore, and it includes getting this learning tool at a very reduced price since it's bundled. All right, so let me go a little further down. Next is a section that covers academic integrity and etiquette. I always expect everybody to be interacting within this virtual classroom in a respectful manner, just as you would in a public setting. Now, a little further down, I think I lost my mouse. Give me a second here. All right, there we are. Sorry about that. Here's a link to the accessibility and privacy policies. Below that is the FAU student success information. Now, there is an e-success or e-learning success coordinator. His number is right here. He is Patrick Dempsey, and I also have a content page that includes his email along with his number. Of course, if you run into any issues with this online course, I'm here, and you could also contact him. All right, so either way is fine. Below that is some things you need to complete before actually beginning with the first week of this course. First, I'd like you to go through the FAU technical support page, which by clicking the next button, you will be directed to this content page. Below that, we have an introductory discussion board assignment. This includes you putting together about 500 words introducing yourself to the class. You will also be responsible for responding to 2 of your peers as well. And you will also be putting together a very short Flipgrid video. It's very easy to use. I have the instructions in the instructions for the discussion board assignment. Just very quick, introduce yourself to the class, and this kind of helps us all familiarize ourselves with each other. Okay, we want to feel comfortable with each other. We will be interacting with each other throughout this term. And last is the syllabus quiz. So once you've had a chance to go through the syllabus, I expect you to complete your syllabus quiz. You can take it an unlimited amount of times. However, you do need to end up with 100%. Now, the discussion board post, or icebreaker or introductory post, as well as the Flipgrid video and the syllabus quiz are all part of this, beginning part of this course. However, these assignments are not graded, but they are mandatory, and I just want to make sure that that is understood, that they are required. All right, so now I'm going to go back. I'm actually going to go to the modules link. Before I do that, I'm really going to quickly review the links found on the left-hand side course menu bar. So first is the home page, which is where we started, and you saw the two buttons, one for the navigation video, which you're watching right now, and the second button, which takes you to this page called Get Started. Now below that, we have the announcements links. I send out a lot of announcements. You should be able to view these announcements through this link, as well as you should be receiving emails. If I'm not mistaken, I have set it up for you to also receive it as emails. I'm not sure if there needs to be anything sent on your part, but what I would ask you to do is to make sure that your preferences for your Canvas settings includes notifications from the course. So that way, if I send out an announcement, somebody sends you a course message, you are able to be notified through your FAU email. It really does make it a lot easier. Below that is a link to the syllabus, which I am going to click on now. Now, this is not the actual syllabus of this course, and I will be adjusting it a little bit since there's some information missing here. But usually what I have is some information of myself on top. Below that are the due dates of all the assignments in this course. Remember, you need to also review the weekly course schedule when it comes to due dates, all right, and assignments. But I do want you to be aware that this is here too. Of course, if you have any questions at all, never hesitate to let me know. Now, the next link is the modules, which I'm going to go to now. Now, for the modules, we have our Start Here module, which includes the home page, which we went to. It includes the Get Started page, or that welcome page that I took you through, the FAU technical support information, and then the discussion board for the introductory post, as well as the syllabus quiz. Now, below that, you have your student resource module for HSA 6103. So this is additional information that you'll find on different aspects of this course. So first, assigned course projects. You'll find due dates of, say, the main assignments. You won't find the due dates for discussion board assignments or quizzes, but any writing assignments is usually included there. I also have a sample of the outline as well as a sample paper for you to get an idea of the format I expect you to use. Now, in this course, I usually require students to reference their sources, cite them by following the APA writing style. In this content page, it includes information on the APA writing style as well. Now, we do have a video presentation that's due in this course, where you could use two different online recording tools that are free. One is Novio, the second one, excuse me, is Screencast-O-Matic. Below that is a content page with useful links for the course. Below that are instructions on how to use Canvas for those of you that are new to this learning management system. And then here is this link, information on LearnScape learning tool is just information on the virtual scenario learning tool that we're using in this course. Below that is a link on how to connect to the library off campus. Then we have a content page with some information on the eSuccess Advisor that I mentioned in the Get Started page. Here's information on the Remote Proctor software, which is the online proctoring software, if you're interested. And then last is a content page that covers the accessibility as well as the academic assistance here at FAU. Now, really quick, I want to go through 1 week's module. So the way I organize my course is every module represents a week in this course. And I usually follow the same format as here. So the first content page would be the overview of the week's materials and assignments. And I'm going to go through it right now. But before I do, I want to include that the second content page usually includes chapter PowerPoints as well as terms up for the assigned chapters. And then I have a couple of videos that I like to share with you all that touch on the topics covered in the assigned chapters for the week. Below that, you will find links to the assignments that are due, the quizzes that are due, or the discussion board assignments that are due. Okay? All right, so let me go through the first content page that's found in every week. So the way I have it organized is first you'll usually find an introductory video where I go through the assignments for the week and what's included in that weekly module. And then below that, I have the learning objectives for the week, the assignments that are due. Remember, I always want you to go to the weekly course schedule, but here I include the assignments and the due dates for what is due during that week. Then the readings are listed. And then I have the video lectures for the chapters covered for the week. So as you can see here. Now last I have a little, like a weekly checklist to make sure you have completed everything you need to complete before going on to the following week. All right, I don't want to get you dizzy, but I am going to scroll back up to the top of this page and go to the home page. And let me make myself visible again. All right, so you should be able to see me now. I wanted to say that I look forward to teaching you during this term. And if you ever have any questions, remember, that's what I'm here for. Never hesitate to contact me. And I look forward to having a great term with you all. Take care and best of luck. Bye.